Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Just listen to the sounds around you. Just notice the general hum and buzz of your environment. Are there any sounds that were and still are going on that you didn't notice? And see if you can just let go of judging the sounds. Like, this is a good sound, bad sound, a sound over there, a sound over here. Not naming the sounds, just listening. In other words, allow your ears to hear what they want to. Don't get involved. Now you may notice that you are also breathing. There's a gentle rhythm of the breath that goes in and out. See if you can include this rhythm with the sounds. Just a gentle pull going in and out. And when you notice that you're thinking about something, running away into the future or the past or your problems, just come back to the breath. Not a forceful thing, just a gentle return to breathing, allowing the ears to hear what they want to, and allowing the breath to breathe as it wants to. Just notice. There's nothing to gain and nothing to learn. No goals, no outcomes. Only the breath and the sounds around you. Come back. Come back to the breath. Now, the sounds can be heard, thoughts are noticed, and the breath is seen. By what exactly? Right now, there is this experience, this first person perspective. And there's a feeling that there is an I that has this experience, is something that is experiencing, as if it sits on the outside of experience looking in. And most of us feel this place to be somewhere in the head, behind the eyes and in between the ears. So, in the same way that you found the breath, find the finder. Look for the looker. Turn attention back. What directs it? What are you really? Leave thinking alone. Just notice thoughts. What sees them? What hears this voice? And if you don't understand, good. Stay there. Remain as not knowing and completely rest. You know, there's this whole community which a lot of people call it the spiritual community or the New Age kind of spirituality. That has, I think, been responsible for a lot of misunderstandings about what original meditation practices, like from the origins in Buddhism and in different Indian traditions like Advaita Vedanta, different things. And but this New Age crew, which is just extraordinarily Western, I'll say, like I'm a Westerner, trying to share this practice. There's a tendency to make it about identity and beliefs, to put on the spiritual stuff, to have the tattoos of the lotus flowers and the be quiet or the I am and like all of this stuff, which is fine. Only unfortunately it can be extraordinarily misleading. And it can make something that really can have actual effect, something that really does transform us into something that is an imagined uh, kind of bandwagon identity. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. I believe there's some sort of power thing out there. I like looking at zodiac signs. Here are my beads and my light clothing. I'm a vegetarian. Now, look, I'm not making fun of this. I'm not putting it down either. I'm just saying that there's a tendency for this new age kind of thing to completely miss the point, completely. In fact, it just, for a lot of people, it reinforces this idea of being a separate ego self, a separate thing. Now, it's so sneaky that even these so-called non-dual teachers or these people who talk about no self, like there's no self, there's no this, then therefore take up a spiritual identity anyway and become this, you know, thing that's spiritual and mighty and holier than thou, teaching no self. And it's a real danger. I have to be honest. It's a real danger because it's so easy for us to join a group. It's so easy for us to find a community or find that thing that makes us feel better, that somehow I'm not alone in this life, or somehow there is an answer to my suffering. There is an answer to this stuff. And it can be found if I just read more of these types of books, or if I just join this type of community, or I just practice this type of meditation. And if this is you, understand I'm really not trying to put any of this down. To each their own, really. I just want to urge a bit of caution here with what no self really is and what it isn't. And what meditation originally, and yes, there's a lot of different meditations. There's thousands of books written on them, but um, meditation that can be universally understood, something that isn't spiritual in nature, something that doesn't require you to kind of believe anything or take up any kind of spiritual thing to practice. Kind of a fact-based orientation about our first person experience. So you'll see people meditate and say, well, I understand facts about the universe now. Oh, we are all one. I've experienced it. Oh, I am a spiritual being. That's my experience. And the only thing meditation can show you and anyone is facts about your first person experience alone. It won't tell you about what is. It won't tell you about, there's nothing you can do in meditation that will give you facts about physics or the orientations of stars. It may feel that way. A lot of us, have these amazing grand experiences, and then we take that experience and say, "Oh, that's reality," and it's not. And that's kind of the responsible thing. That's kind of what's going on with this new age spiritual stuff too. It's like people have these amazing experiences and then they say, oh, that means that this is therefore true in reality. When the only thing practice tells us about is the experience you have right now. And so when we say things like there's only awareness, when we say things like there's only consciousness, that is not to say that the universe is consciousness. That is not to say that the universe is just experience. It's to say that from first person perspective right here, the thing that I can only be certain about is that I exist, that I have experience. That there's only experience. There's no haver of it. And that's just a fact about our first person experience. But if you want to talk about it in a scientific way, yes, awareness is probably oriented in our brain. And when the brain dies, awareness disappears. That's probably the case, unless something else comes out that is evidence-based that shows us differently. But when we go to our first person perspective, awareness never leaves, right? But it is not a statement about reality. See, I'm saying all this just to make this point. Be careful. It's so easy to take up a spiritual community. It's so easy to become a spiritual ego. And as Alan Watts once said, there's no greater ego trip than the project of trying to get rid of the ego, right? Because it's all self-serving. So be careful. I continue to try to be careful. It's an active thing. I don't want the attentive mind to just be this bandwagon thing. I want it to be about real practice and not fooling anybody, not telling you about beliefs. So I know if you disagree or agree, that's right. Comment below and I'll answer some questions if you guys have any questions about it. And of course, if you do have a question about practice, I answer all questions in a separate Q&A video. And I'm here every day for now. That might change soon, by the way. I'll let y'all know what's going on. But if you're interested in meditation practice and you want to, like I said, stay away from this kind of spiritual stuff or stay away from any kind of belief system, join the Attentive Mind and I'll be here for you. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for your attention. And I'll see you tomorrow.